Hey everyone, welcome to this Elite Guitarist Inner Circle video. Because it's Christmas, it's December, we're doing some Christmas songs. The first one is Happy Christmas, War Is Over by John Lennon. I think one of the most powerful and most interesting Christmas songs. Okay, it's a bit of a challenge if you're going to do the full version like I did in the playthrough there, but we can do a simpler version and it'll still sound great. I'm going to start off with A major, then B minor, E major, A major. Okay, that's the first half of the verse done. Second half, D major, E minor, A major, D major. Okay, so again, A, B minor, E, A, D, E minor, A, and D. Okay, that's the verse. Now if you're going to add the strumming in, you're going to do this. Now, that's the 6/8 strum. And to play that strum, what you're going to do is strum a down with a slight pause at the bottom and then up, down, up. So you got down, up, down, up. It's quite a common strum for 6/8 time. In last month's we did the Pearl Jam song that used the same strum pattern. So if you learnt that, you should be alright with this. So down, up, down, up. And you're going to do that 4 times for each chord, which is essentially 2 bars in 6/8 time. And change chord. Count them out if you need to as well, but that's basically how you play the verse. Okay, that's the easier version of the verse. Now if you want to add in the melody notes with the chords, it does become quite a bit harder. Well, just requires more practice, which is okay because that's what we're here to do. But let me show you how that works. Right, straight away you can hear it sounds a bit more like the song already, having these melody notes. Okay, it is a bit trickier, so we'll break it down chord by chord. And what we're going to do is start with the A major, and then for the first beat, down, up, up. Yeah, it's an ordinary A major. Then what you're going to do is play an A sus2, which is like an A major, but now it's with an open B string. So some of you play A major like me, like this, so you'd have to lift off your ring finger. Some of you play A major in alternate ways. So basically what you've got to do is lift off whatever finger that is fretting the B string. And you're going to carry on the strum, so it's like first beat, second beat is on the A sus2. So 1, 2, and then when you've done that, you're going to go to an A sus4, which is now an A chord, but with the 3rd fret on the B string. Now I do this doing a conventional A with my pinky playing this 3rd fret B string. Okay, so it's done at A sus4, we go back to the A. But notice my ring finger is already in position now because I played it with the pinky. So let me take you through that again. It's A, 2nd fret B string on the melody note, A sus2, open B string, A sus4, 3rd fret B string, and and then A sus, sorry, A again to finish. So altogether you've got let me count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be careful not to lift or remove the fingers too soon. You want to do it on the beat. So you want to do your full strum pattern first. Down, up, and then take your finger off for the next down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so take your time with that. Make sure the melody's there nice. That's the melody on its own, and now what you've essentially done there is combine the melody with the chords from before, which isn't the easiest thing in the world to do, but it sounds great, so keep practicing that. Okay, now we're going to move it to the B minor chord. So same idea, exactly the same, so ordinary B minor to start with. Then lift off your index finger, which now turns it into a B sus2, and what the melody note has done is gone from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. You have to make sure your bar is nice and solid for this part of the song. Okay, so you got the 3rd fret B string, 2nd fret B string. Then pinky comes across the 5th fret B string, and then to finish with a B minor. So it's B minor, B sus2, B sus4, B minor. So essentially your melody's going from 3rd, 2nd, 5th, 3rd. So. That bit's quite a challenge because you're playing bar chords and melody together, so you might want to spend extra time with that bit. Just practicing getting it sounding good like that. Okay, next we switch to the E chord. This time we start with the E sus4. The way I play this is with my middle ring and pinky fingers all on the 2nd fret of the A, D and G strings. And I get my finger, the index finger, ready on the 1st fret of the G string for the melody coming up. So what you do is you've got the E sus4, the E, and that pinky goes on at that 4th fret D string for the E add 9, and then bring the pinky back across for the E sus4. Again, tough challenge that, real tough for a lot of people, big stretch, getting that pinky across. But if you want to practice your stretching, it's a good song to be doing it with. Okay, and then the next bit, we go back to the A chord, and we do exactly like we did it the first time. So that's nice because that's something we've already done. That's the 4th bar done. Now we're doing the 2nd half of the verse. We go to the D chord. We start with an ordinary D. Then we lift off the middle finger to play an open high E string, which is a D sus2. Then pinky comes on at the 3rd fret high E to become a D sus4. And then back to the ordinary D. So that's D, D sus2, D sus4, D. Okay, again, D. Okay, that's that bar done. And then we go to an E minor chord. This time, again, this is a little bit of a challenge, this bit, because you know, you've got a bit of a stretch. So you've got E minor to start with. And what we're actually doing here is starting with the E minor. Then we're playing an E minor add 9 by bringing the pinky to the 4th fret of the D string. Back to the E minor. And then back to the E sus4. like we played it earlier on for the E major. So that's E minor add 9, E minor, E sus4. Okay, a little bit tricky that bit. But then we go back to the A, exactly like before. And then finish the verse off with a D, exactly like we did the D before. Okay, it's all in all very challenging for a lot of people, this part, this bit of the song, playing it like this anyway. So what I'm going to do is take you through it real slow, just one strumming each chord change. So we're going to do this, and not worry about the strum pattern too much just yet. So after 4, we're going to go right from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's your verse done. Thankfully with this song there are only 2 parts of the song, which is a verse and a chorus, because they just keep repeating throughout, which is good. So once you've mastered the verse, you know, you haven't got a lot more to learn, and the chorus is a lot simpler in comparison. Let's try that verse then with the proper strumming. So nice and slow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's a big challenge, but it's such a great challenge. Once you're able to do it like that at that slow, steady speed, speeding up won't be too much of a problem, but you don't have to worry about speeding up because it still sounds great, nice and slow. And like I say, that's the hardest part of the song by far done. And then the chorus is simple in comparison. What we've got is a G chord, full 2 bars on the G, then an A chord for full 2 bars, E minor 7 for 1 bar, A for 1 bar, D for 1 bar, and then E7 for 1 bar, which is fairly simple in comparison because that's just like strumming your ordinary chords. As long as you're right with your changes and this strum pattern, that should be fairly simple with a little bit of practice. Let's try the chorus all the way through then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've done your chorus, back into and so on. That there's all the parts to the song. It's a challenge. The chorus is fairly simple, like I say, but your verse is so good and it sounds so distinctive. I definitely urge you to give it a real good going over. If you don't get it for this Christmas, then just play the simpler version and try and master that. And remember, there's always going to be another Christmas, so you can give it another go next year when you're playing a stepped up. And that was Happy Christmas, War Is Over by John Lennon. Great song. It's a bit tricky to play, but you can simplify it. You know, you can break it up into different parts and take your time with it, because it is a bit of a challenge, but it's so distinctive and it's a classic. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in a video soon. Cheers, bye bye.